I was walking on the streets of Johor Bahru, and the entire Johor Bahru is very quiet. It is quiet because Johor is highly dependent on Singapore. Malaysians from the whole country congregate in Johor in order to work in Singapore. And Johor Bahru also depended on spending from Singaporeans. The moment the border is closed, everything stops. It is time for us to think about building back better. Of course, we hope the border will be open as soon as possible and in a safe condition. But do we want the years and decades to come where we'll still see hundreds of thousands of Malaysians working as cheap labor in Singapore? And do we want to see Johor Bahru continues to dependent only on spending from Singaporean? I think that is probably not the answer. It is time for the federal government and the Johor government to start thinking about building back better and thinking about the future of Johor Bahru and Johor in the next 10, 15, 20 years. First, the federal government must not treat Southern Johor as if it is just another city. The entire nation congregate in Southern Johor. And it should be treated as a Malaysian city where a lot more spending on hospitals, a lot more spending on schools and other infrastructure because of the huge population in Southern Johor. And they don't come just from Johor, but they come from the whole country. The federal government and state government will also have to think about how to reimagine Central and Northern Johor. We should think about food security. Johor has huge potential to be the home for food production for the entire nation and beyond. But that needs policies. That needs commitment. There are many GLC that owns palm oil plantation. They should lead in converting some of the palm oil plantation into food production. The state and federal should help small planter to grow vegetable, to go into fruit production. And I think that is a huge area for growth, and that will serve Malaysians well. Agriculture doesn't grow in a vacuum. Agriculture needs to grow in a knowledge and technology and industrial network. Agriculture grows because there are agricultural universities or colleges, and they are supporting industry that help agriculture. When there is a disease, there will be expert to come. That ecosystem is not going to happen if the government doesn't have a whole of society, whole of government approach. So we need everyone to see the potential of food security and to treat it seriously. The experiences of United States, Japan, Vietnam, Thailand, or Taiwan, their agriculture sectors was built based on knowledge, based on technology, based on expertise. And if we are serious about building a huge food industry based on agriculture, we need that technical and knowledge input. Our factories in Johor cannot forever depend on cheap labor. Otherwise, our kids will work as cheap labor in Singapore. We can reallocate manufacturing labor to agriculture sector or to plantation sector, as it will take time for agriculture and plantation to automate. But we should help our industry to automate. We should help our industry to hire less and less foreign workers and more Malaysian skilled workers. 15 years ago, if we think about Shenzhen, Shenzhen was complementing Hong Kong. But today, Shenzhen is a much larger economy compared to Hong Kong and a more dynamic city compared to Hong Kong. It is time for us to think about the next 10, 15, 20 years. We should envisage Johor leading Malaysia to overtake Singapore in the next 10, 15, 20 years. And we should work towards that. We need the effort of the entire society. But in order for us to rise to the occasion, we need to start now.